Hey guys, Dr. Kristie Ennis. Welcome to Follow Me Friday, where motion is lotion today for our buns and our hips. If you've suffered from piriformis pain or glute pain or just hip pain, this is a great way to ease everything open and help you feel a lot better. All on the ground or in your bed today, no equipment, so let's get started. All right, start with those feet about hip width or a little wider than hip width, mat width apart. We're going to drop those knees down to one side, and you're going to take and press gently into that opposite hip to really get into those hip flexors. So we're getting the rotators, both sides of those hips, and we're easing into things nicely as we start here. You don't have to press into that hip, but I love it. I think it feels really good through my hip flexors, which always tend to be tight on me. Again, just follow right along with me. It's Follow Me Friday. If you want to count, you certainly can as well. You guys, if you know me, know that I'm really not the best counter, but I try. Not a good multitasker. But we're going to do one more on each side here and then move on. If you do need to have a little bit of blood flow going before you start this, which I often do, I actually keep one of my Derma Edges right by or on my nightstand to really get those layers gliding a little bit more, and I'll link that for you too. Or you're gonna take one ankle, I'm taking my left ankle and crossing it over my right thigh. From here, if this is where you are to start, you just stay here and let it kind of ease open. If it feels good for you, you're going to take your hands underneath that right thigh and bring that right thigh up to you, and you'll get a nice stretch right through those glutes, piriformis, but other glutes as well. It's okay if you can't lift very high. You can even just lift a little bit, just so you feel a nice gentle stretch. That's key. And then from here, I'm just going to add a little rock side to side. We're still easing things open a little bit, especially if you've been lying down or sitting down. Actually, that's where the Derma Edge is great, right? So because it gets that blood flow going. Less chance of pulling some of those muscles. But I like these little rocking gentle motions to help ease everything open. We're going to do one more rock side to side, and then we're just going to hold for a nice breath or two. Got one more just nice breath here. And then I'm going to leave this left ankle crossed just like it is, but my right foot's going to go down onto the ground. Taking my left hand on the outside of that left thigh, and I'm bringing that knee towards the opposite shoulder. So still stretching into those glutes, but in a little bit of a different way. And we're just breathing here now with this one. Should be starting to open up a little bit more. Trying to let the upper body relax. I noticed I was tensing there. Next one's a little bit more advanced. You're going to straighten out that right leg. And you may just want to keep that leg right where it was, just that crossed position. If you feel like you can get a little more stretch, you're going to bring that foot towards the opposite side on the ground. And that should feel, again, like a little bit more intense stretch, even down the leg a little bit. You can add in a little bit more rotation by bringing, this time I bring the opposite arm to the outside of the thigh and cross. Again, if it's too much, it's okay if the foot doesn't go all the way to the ground. No problem with that at all. Remember, stretching should feel good, not painful at any point in time. From here, I'm going to come back to the middle. I'm going to grab underneath the left thigh this time, and I'm going to straighten this leg out only to the point where it feels good. So that is about right there for me. And we're going to bend it back down again. So we're stretching out into the hamstring now a little bit more. Right? Obviously attaching into the hip too. We're going to do 5 just like this. I've got my toes flexed up to help stretch that calf too. So we've got 2 more like this. If you need to, you certainly can bend that opposite knee just to give a little bit of support and stability to the back. And then from here, you're going to take right hand to the opposite leg, to that left leg, and you're going to bring it across the body. Now, try not to let yourself flop all the way over. Just really think about grounding. Actually push that butt down as you bring that left leg over. Only go over as far as you can without discomfort. We're holding here as well. If you start to get any pinching in the front of the leg, actually bring that leg back down towards the ground and then try bringing it over a little bit. One more nice, lovely breath here. And then we're switching sides. Ooh. And we're just going to give, with feet together this time now, a little rock side to side. Just kind of shake it out a little bit. Just a couple, like I said, side to side. And then we're going to take that opposite leg and go through all of those on this side. So right ankle's crossing over that right thigh. You're either staying here or bringing those hands underneath that thigh, bringing that thigh up towards your chest as much as is comfortable. And here we go. We're going to, woo, without falling over, we're going to give a little rock side to side. Start to open things up a little bit. And we're just going to go one more on each side. And then we're going to hold it. Again, really think about nice breath, trying to relax everything else in that body. Good. Keep your ankle on that right leg where it is, but bring that left foot to the ground. I am going to take my right hand on the outside of that right thigh, and I'm bringing my knee across the body this time. Just again, to feel a gentle stretch on the outside of that hip. Again, a couple nice breaths here. Helps you relax into it a little bit. And then you're going to straighten that left leg out. Again, if you need to, you just stay right here. Or you even can bring that foot higher up the thigh if it's more comfortable for you. If you've got the mobility and flexibility, you're going to put that foot across to the ground, taking the opposite hand and bringing that knee across again. So we started out by easing things open, and now we're just getting a little bit deeper as we go. So feel free to stop at any one of these that feel good. And obviously, don't do any of the ones that don't feel good. Listen to your body and what it's telling you, and that may vary day to day too. Coming back to the center, grabbing underneath this right thigh this time. Again, bending this left leg if it's more comfortable for you. You're going to straighten that right leg until you feel a nice gentle stretch. It's okay if it doesn't go all the way straight, and then you're going to bend it back again. 5 here, so bring those toes towards you if you can, if you want a little bit more stretch in through that calf. That's 3, so 2 more. 1 and 2, straightening out that opposite leg, taking the left hand on the outside of that right thigh, bringing across. So we are getting into the outside of that hamstring, much more so than actually the IT band, since that's a band of connective tissue. It does move, but it's easier to stretch the actual muscle part. And we're stretching into that hip too. You can even bring that opposite arm out to the side, add a little twist with the head. 1 more nice breath, and then you should be feeling nice and loose and ready to go.